Hi everyone, I'm Zuzka, the Crafty Penguin. Welcome to another video. This time it's not gonna be the regular update, which I have planned. I have some stuff to show you, but I hope to make more on that before showing you actually. But since we had the rummaging through the donated beads a few videos ago, let's link that in some corner of the video so you can go watch that after this one. It will also be linked in the description of the video. Since that rummaging was quite fun, I decided to go and rummage through more stuff. And now I'm not really sure how much I'm gonna be able to fit into this video, so maybe this is going to be several parts video, you know, a series, sort of. But I want to show you what is here on my table, and then we'll take a rummage through part of it, or maybe all of it, we'll see. So, I mentioned my beads component stuff are stored in some sort of a box. So this is the sort of a box that my metal components to beadwork are stored in. It has these two sides of, you know, compartments, and it holds the stuff really well. The compartments are sealed by the lid, so it doesn't travel between the compartments. So it has two sides. I have it sorted in a way that works for me, that works for my brain, you know. So it's by types and metal colors and all that. We can go through that at some point, but this is just to illustrate where some of what we are going to look at should go, basically, how it should be sorted. Then you can see there is a similar, very similar box to that other one. This is a box that I also got as a donation, actually, from Foxy, who I am making that ball gown necklace for. So this is a box with stuff that she had for making her beaded jewelry and beaded stuff, and then she decided she is not going to pursue that anymore. She didn't have time or motivation or whatever to do more of that, and she offered to give the whole box to me. And it is, although I have looked through this several times already, it is still basically in the state that I received it as. So it has a lot of stuff in it. It has beads, it has components, it has some even some like fiber art stuff in it. So we could go through that as well, but again, as the donation from that one before the last video, I would do this as a separate one, but we can go through this if you're interested. And then the main part here, I will put these aside. These are to go into my component box. These are earrings, components for people who don't have pierced ears. But the main interest here are these two boxes. And I sort of started calling these my either junk boxes or apocalypse boxes, because these worked so well when I had my separate craft table. Before we changed the furniture in this room, before we had kids, I had this separate table for my craftsy stuff. And I didn't really spend much time at it, but I had my ongoing projects laid out on the table. You know, I could just pick up the supplies as I wanted, and I also had these boxes there to put odd stuff into. It was like unfinished stuff, it was random components that there was just one off, you know, or beads that went running somewhere and I found them later, or stuff like that. So I have also, there is stuff that was like, I might use it for something, you know, finds and weird objects that are not really beads or components, but I was thinking of using them for my jewelry making, basically. So I have this big box here, and it has a lot of stuff in it, but I can also see it has this, well, I thought it is empty. It's empty on one side. It's not empty on the other, so we'll look through it. It's another container for stuff that I used to use for my components before it got sort of out of hand. And then there is this box with a transparent lid, which was really cool for holding this stuff, and you can see it's full to the brim with randomness, basically. So my aim is to point the camera down onto my table now and go through this, give you some commentary, show you what is inside there, and for myself to decide what I'm going to use it for, if I'm going to keep it, if I'm going to sort it back into the components box or into the bead drawers over there. So we'll see. Let's dive in. Alright, we are all set up for the table. This time I don't have the other camera to film my face, because I believe my reactions to this are not going to be much of a surprise, actually, because I've already seen the stuff which is inside the boxes. I might have forgotten, but yeah. Here we go. This is the overview of the boxes, and I'm not really sure which one I want to start with. Maybe this one. I have a feeling that it might have less stuff in it, but I might be mistaken as well. So we'll see. We are going to open this, and I can already see I should have blocked some of this because, well, there is not my address, but there is location on it. Anyways, there is this envelope in it, which was, you know, a delivery originally from a beads shop. But, well, there is some new stuff which I have used for a project to make earrings with these beads, and there is this really interesting component of this tiny metal spiral, but I can see there are some stud earrings components, and of course the beads. And what else is in there? There is a lot of stud components for earrings. Okay, I can sort this directly into my component box, you see, and the beads into the beads collection. So this shouldn't be hanging in here. So that's gonna be tidied up. Oh, here is one of the earrings that was, you know, like a trial thing for the final product there. So you can see the metal part is totally not straight and it doesn't really work together, but yeah, I could keep the stud out of this and the bead and the little metal part here, so that's going to be tidied up as well. More beads of that kind in here, so that's going to go with the bead collection. Another trial one with a bigger bead. Ooh, the metal part is really wonky. There is more of them. I'll try to fish them out all together. And there is other stuff in it. Okay. The envelope is going to be tossed. These are other parts of the same project. Here you can see this, oh, it's not focusing really. This metal part is already covered in that tiny metal spiral, which gives a different effect, and it's really pretty, but the final thing looked even different to that. That was a custom Etsy order, I believe, a few years back. Then, yeah, there are these mother of pearl colored red dangle beads, so going to the beads collection as well. Those are really nice. Also had a custom order for earrings with this kind of stuff on them. And okay, these are, yeah, oh, I know, these were for project of the crate bracelet of General Organa from Star Wars, and I didn't end up using them at all in those projects. I made several ones of those bracelets for cosplayers. So yeah, these are going to go into the components as well. Good sorting now. Slytherin bracelet, which is really wonky. This is going to be tossed for multiple reasons. This was also in the envelope. It's just a flyer for the manufacturer or the shop, so I think I'm going to be tossing that. This is interesting. This is a back of a photo frame, picture frame, and I don't know where the frame is. Okay, not sure what I'm going to do with this. What are... oh my god, it's sticky. Okay, this is going to be tossed right away. This was this light up penguin, you know, with lights in his eyes, but oof, it got sticky. Oh my god. Degraded plastic. Ugh, my hands, oof. I hate that, sorry. Oh, these are cool. These are tiny, tiny friendship bracelets, which one of my friends made for her ball joint dolls and then gave to me because she basically had no use for them. And then I made this one from my remainders. It's from embroidery floss, but not, you know, the whole of the embroidery floss, but I think 2 little strands at a time, because the embroidery floss is usually composed out of 6 tiny strands. So if you use 1 or 2, you can get friendship bracelets like these. So I really like them. I just don't have a use for them. I think they could become some kind of a decoration, but if you have ideas, let me know. That's really interesting. Now we are getting to a messier part of this. This is the container that I mentioned before. There is another flyer. Oh, it has a tutorial for something. Okay, it has a link to a video tutorial. It has some instructions, and it's probably for a necklace of this kind, which you need special shaped beads for. I'll see if I'm gonna keep this or not, but probably, yeah. Okay, this is interesting. This is a case for a coin, I believe. And I believe we can have some, you know, collectible coins that we can use this for, but it definitely isn't useful for my beads collection, so I'll see about this. This is part of a lace that I use to lengthen one of my daily wear dresses, and that lace that is on the dress now doesn't look this nice anymore. But yeah, this is a really tiny piece, but I believe I could use, you know, just that one motif for some kind of crafty project. This is the thing, I don't have, you know, a project in mind for this, but it's really nice and it could work, you know, with some contrast color backing or something. Well, we'll see. This is the kind of stuff that ended up in these junk boxes and, well, never got to being used, sort of. Yeah, I was given this by someone as well as, you know, as a thing to use in the jewelry making, but it is jewelry in itself. It's an embroidery, a cross-stitch piece in a frame. It's a lightweight plastic one with, you know, quite an old leather strap, but it is nice. I'm not sure if I have a use for that, so we'll see about this. I can already see the boxes are not gonna be emptied, you know, and sorted in their entirety. This is totally beautiful. This works as a finished piece of jewelry. It's a brooch with this mucha, you know, picture in it with beads sewn onto a piece of felt. This is kind of a thing that I thought I might do with the watch hour movement that I still need to make a beaded case for Cleo with. But yeah, this is a finished piece of jewelry. I can't see myself using this, so maybe I'll offer this to my friends if someone is interested. We'll see. This one belongs into another box because I have a box of these. These are candle holders, and I have this method of making beaded net cases for them as decoration, and I have a whole box of these ones and the finished ones, which I had in my Etsy shop, but I only ever sold like 2 of them, so yeah, I have a stock of that. I'll put it with their mates. Yeah, then we can look into this one. This part is mostly empty. There are some earrings in here. Oh yeah, these are components that you can hang an earring on. You can see that. So this is going to go with the components. And the other side has stuff. Okay. These are for rings, brooch parts, yeah, connection to necklace. Oh, this is an interesting base for a ring. So let's see. Oh, come out. See, you can sew stuff onto that platform on the ring and make, I don't know, a flower or something. I need to try that. There's some closures. Oh, these are nice croco. How do you call them? Stuff for hair and ribbons, you know, and stuff. Yeah. Okay, I don't have my vocabulary ready. And yeah, and these holders usually for mobile phones, you know, for little charms on them. So this is all going into the components box. And yeah, these are little plastic cameos that you can beat around or make a case for them of some sort. So these are really, really pretty and in really nice colors. So I could use those in the future for making some pendants or brooches. So this is going into the components sorted, and we'll see about the case. I'm of course going to use that for something. This used to be a necklace. Well, it's still a necklace. It's just this really cheap kind of, you know, plastic decoration on it and some wooden beads, and this part is really interesting. It has this kind of really antique, even sort of like not, you know, not antique in the kind of Victorian or that stuff, but it could work with medieval or early medieval stuff, maybe. That's interesting. I think I should take this apart, keep this part, use it for something, keep the wooden beads, but toss the plastic ones, because those are like, yeah, it even sounds cheap, you know. This isn't a cool necklace. Yeah, so I'll be doing some surgery on that. And you can see the stray beads. The stray beads are going to be a theme in this part of the box. I can see the other one in here, so we have two stray beads which are from the same, you know, set, the same kind, really nicely AB decorated. But yeah, they could be used for earrings as they are, but yeah, I have, I think, more of the stuff, like more of similar stuff in here. There is another one with a different color of decor on it, so you can see there are going to be strays like this, and I'll have to basically go through that and figure out a way to incorporate them back into my beads collection and then use them. So yeah, there are some tweezers, which this one is really old and kind of misaligned, so it doesn't really work. I should probably toss that. This one I was given as a gift. It has this little light to help you work with the beads, and I have already used this several times with you know, bead sewing and all that stuff, but I should keep it somewhere where it's better accessible, so this will be going somewhere else. There is another one which is also not really well aligned and not really usable for beads as it is, so it should be kept elsewhere as well. There are some dead components. You can see this one bent out of shape, and that's gonna be tossed. But there are also some more stray beads. This one is 2 holes bead. Are we going to focus in here, please? Hello? Probably not. I'm not sure how to... Yeah, now it works. Okay. So a lot of stray beads like that, even, you know, seed beads. But I know this one belongs with these, and there will probably be more of those, because this is from an abandoned project. There is this small piece of band of beads made with peyote stitch, and I'll immediately take the stopper from that and put it together with my other stoppers in my bead sewing kit, which I have somewhere around here. I have a bead sewing kit in this purse, so I'm going to put it in there. But these ones are going to be taken apart and returned into my beads collection, because I'm not going to make this project anymore. This was meant to be a bracelet for my mom, and it's ages ago, and she since has many other jewelry stuff, and this got probably forgotten, basically. Yeah, so there should also be a mix of beads which was meant to go with that. We'll see if we find it. This is cool. This is a card from our local beads shop, which changed name since that time, but there is size comparison of the beads of different, you know, makers. So there are sizes of Preciosa beads, there are sizes of Toho beads and Miyuki. So, and it has a ruler on the side. So this is really cool for comparison and for shopping for the beads when you know how many of them you need or whatever. This is really helpful. I'll try to put it closer to the camera for a bit. It's really nice. So I'm going to keep this. This is really cool. And there is some, well, fishing string basically, but this one is quite thick. This one is 0.25, which I usually use 0.15, I think. So this one is too thick for some seed beads, or for most seed beads, for sewing with them, because as you go several times through the beads, you can't fit with this kind of string. But still, I'm going to keep this with my other strings, with the collection that I have, so this shouldn't be left in here as it is. Wow, there's a lot of stuff. You can see I kept a base of a PET bottle, of a water bottle, and I mean, it looks interesting. It's a flower basically, but I can't see myself using this in my jewelry making, so this is going to get tossed. There is a case for a coin. This was Cleo's coin, which I made a new case for. This one got broken, and she tried to sew it together here so it could, you know, hold together before she got it to me. But this one is going to be picked apart and used, you know, returned to my bead collection and used when it is needed for another project. Then, oh yeah, this, I'm probably going to just take this apart again, put the beads back into my collection. You can see the this is an elastic string that I used to sew the piece onto that hair clip, and it really doesn't look too nice. I think I needed something in these colors for a specific occasion, but I was not happy with the thing that I made, so taking this apart, I need a taken apart pile here. We will do something about that. We'll make a pile somewhere. Yeah, this is an old hair clip that I used to use quite a lot because I liked the color combination, but it's scratched up. I think I could use the hair clip part if I can unscrew this from the decorative piece, and I'll probably toss it and use the clip, because the clip in itself is you know, quality Japan made in Japan hair clip. So taking apart as well. This is going to go into the components. This is a hair clip without the decorative part. I believe it's still functional. Yeah. So, oh, okay, but I need to be careful because it can misalign and clip onto the press part. Yeah. Okay. Oh, here is another cameo. So this is going to go with the other cameos in the components. What is this? Oh, could it work? Oh, that's fun. Okay, it almost works. The frame is slightly bigger for this one, but that will be fun. But you can see it is made to hold maybe a picture in the frame and have a resin front or plastic or glass, you know, crystal over it. But that's cool. That's cool. I can use that. Going into the components as well. Another hair clip. This one was a leather piece, and it is really, it's almost crunchy. Yeah, I'll try to rescue the hair clip, but it seems like it's kind of bent out of shape. So we'll see about that. Yeah, this was a piece from a short class on stained glass making, you know, I tried that, and it was great fun, but you need so many new supplies, you know, for another hobby, basically. So I have this piece, and I don't know what to do with it, basically. It could work as a pendant, but it's quite heavy, and it has sharp corners, and oops, I'm not really sure what to do with this. So, yeah. I have several pieces of these, and I don't know what they're called in English, actually. In Czech they are odrazky, and there are these pieces of plastic that reflect light, you know, on cars and bicycles and other stuff. And I have more of them around here. I have a whole collection, sort of them, because I thought it would be a cool piece to include in a collection of jewelry. So for now I will try to collect them into, you know, one container. I think there are more of them in the other box, and I can already see that this video is going to be really long, so the other box is going to wait for another opportunity. But we are going to collect odrazky into one container and then decide if I'm going to use them or if I should toss all of that. But you know, they're shiny, and it's this interesting, you know, urban scavenged material, which for me is interesting idea to use it in jewelry. So we'll see about that. Oh dear, there is another piece that's going to get probably scrapped. It is really small. It is, I used to make a lot of these rings at some point, and yeah, it's quite small. I'll see if I find someone who could use this, because it's quite pretty, I think. And yeah, but it only works loosely on the pinkies for me and not on the ring fingers. So I need to find someone who has smaller fingers than I do. Oh, here's another bead for that one over there. And what's this? Oh, this is basically a finished, you know, pendant with a cameo. And yeah, that just needs necklace to go with it, or a string or something. So yeah, I could just hang this on something and give it to someone or sell it or something. There's another one. Woohoo! The same? Yeah, they're almost the same. Okay. There is an empty baggie. A huge button. This is going to go with my buttons that I have on the side as well as a collection. It could get, you know, beaded around or something. I believe I had that idea, but it can be in the button collection before I use it for whatever. So yeah. Oh, this was from I have this dress with a belt, and this was as a decoration on a belt, and it just fell off, sorta, and I don't know how to, you know, fasten it back to the belt. So I'll see if I can figure something out. Otherwise I might just, you know, toss it, because, well, it's a piece of fake leather, you know, but it's a really nice color, and it should go with the dress, of course. Oh, there are another dead or dead-ish components. We'll see, I'll keep it with the components pile. Oh, this was a piece for a bracelet, but it's, I believe it's really tiny. And yeah, that's not a good size of a wire for a bracelet. This will get tossed. What was this? Oh, this was a closure for a purse. I even know which one, but I'm not going to put this back, so tossing that as well. Oh, these are interesting. They are jinglies. but decorated. And I think those might be cute for, you know, earrings, but for someone who doesn't get bothered by the sound. I love the sound. This would be great for me, but then the colors are not really my colors. I'll see. Those might go with the components for now. Oh, this was, I believe this was originally in a shape of a fish, you know, like this or something. It got bought somewhere. It's a wire wrapped stone, and yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna use it even as a decoration. Not sure what to do with it, actually. Well, yeah, we'll see. Well, piece of... Oh, that's... Well, that's a rotten piece of elastic. That's gonna get tossed. Old piece of earring component. I can see there is going to be some stray string as well. Hair clip, which works. So this should go with the components. What is in here? Some beads and some earrings. So I'll take the earrings out and use the rest. Oh, this is interesting. Use the rest in my beads collection. So this is going with the beads. Oof. I don't really like these earrings. Those are gonna get tossed. Sorry. Now I have a lot of these as well because I keep finding these metal parts, you know, in the street or whatever. But now we have this workshop part in our spare room, which my husband is keeping sort of organized and tidy. So I can give this to him because I never found use for these in my jewelry. So this is going to that collection. What is this? This was some... Yeah, this was used as a backing for some earrings, so I can toss that. There is an interesting stone that I no doubt intended to wire wrap, but this is going into my plant, into my planters with my flowers, so this is going to decorate my succulents. Wow, there's so much stuff. What is in the box? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This should be sorted to beads and components because I know what I did here. This was a travel box which I took with me together with some basic components to just make earrings on the go on some journey, and I never actually did. So here are pairs of components and beads for earrings which I intended to make, and I still could make those, but I think I should sort it and put it, you know, where it should be. There's a cat. Okay, the beads are really nice. I love the plastic rainbow beads, actually. Okay, that will get sorted. Oh my god, I'm getting sort of overwhelmed here. But I can see there is a lot of stray components in here, which I could just put back with the components. So a brooch part, some earring holders. This one is misaligned. I'm going to toss it right away because those drive me crazy. This one might work, we'll see. This one might work as well. What is this? Oh, this is a pendant, but well, it can go with the components as well. Oh, I have a stash of these kinds of, you know, chains, and I'm not sure if I'm ever going to use them, but I should put them all together So those are going together with the others. These are going into the components pile. I'll have more sorting when I finish this. Oh yeah, these were some huge earrings which need new closures and new pendants in here. They're not bad. I think someone might like these when I make them a little bit nicer even. So we'll see about that. That's usable. Yeah, I have these. Do you know what these are? These are parts from the old floppy disks, and I have 2 of these as earrings, and I have another pair, so I should maybe make another pair of earrings with these and find someone who finds it funny as I do, and they can use them. Oh, this is some weird kind of plasticky thing, gonna get tossed. There are some safety pins around here, so these can go into the box of safety pins that I have. Plop. Oh, this is a mini junk box. This is a tiny container with stuff that got, you know, stray and then picked up, and wow, I'll have some sorting to do in this. There are buttons. Oh, that's a pretty one. It's a really pretty button. See? But that's gonna go with the buttons, and you know, there is a earring component that's gonna go with the earrings and all that stuff. Sorting. So much sorting. There's a piece of ceramics, of porcelain. We have little bowls with this decor, and it's incredibly sharp on the corners. I thought I would use this, you know, for wire wrapping, but I don't think that's safe, even with a case of wire. So I'll be probably tossing this, as well as, well, I'm not sure. Ooh, I'm getting overwhelmed. I can feel that. Another bead stopper, which I'm gonna put with the sewing kit. Bead sewing kit again. Oof, there is so much stuff. I didn't expect that. Safety pin there, button there, pins. Wow, okay, pins are going to be sorted into sewing. This is for hair, so this is going to go with my hair stuff. Another pin. Oh my god, dangerous stuff in here. Some rings, which, yeah, and piece of a chain. Such a tiny piece of chain. See? Whee! But to be fair, I have more of those on my table, so I could sort them with the components as well, because I have a whole compartment in my component box for chains. What is this? Oh, that's a lovely pendant, but I believe I only have this one. Okay. Oh, this is plasticky and really not neat. This is getting tossed. Pin, a component, and a bead. There's lots of stray beads, so we're gonna curl the stray beads into this one. I'm going to keep this pendant as well in here, and this one is somehow sealed. I don't know. I will probably need to toss this one. Oh, I believe this was on a decorative hairpin. Yeah. Yeah, I'll need to toss that. As well as this, probably, because the ring part got separated off of this. I need to be ruthless a bit with this. There are the seed beads from the failed bracelet, or abandoned. It was not failed, really. More beads, but this one looks like, oh, doesn't have a hole. Toss. Always toss the beads that you find that you can't use, you know, for bead sewing or putting them on a string because, yeah. A random piece of plastic. Oh, I know, this was from the another kind of spool of string. It sometimes has this holder for the end of the string, which is cool, but separated doesn't have, you know, sense to keep it. This is a nice earring. I don't have the other one for it, I believe. Yeah. I thought this might be a fun component. This is a cartridge, you know, for a fountain pen, and I thought it would be nice as an earring, so I kept it. Yeah. Okay. Safety pin, 2 safety pins. This thing, how do you call this? But it goes with my office supplies. Buttons. This is a bead. This is an old half franc from 1968 from France. This goes into my old coins collection. Sorting stuff, see? There is a stray string with a piece of beadwork on the end, but it's already been cut. It needs to get separated from the string and put back with the beads. Chain. Ooh. Okay, this is going with the chains in the components. There is so much stuff. I'll have to sort all of that, but I'll try to pick a few things that are interesting in here. These are, oops, these are nostalgic. These were on a hairband that I had as a small child when I was like 6. And I believed then that when I looked through it, I could see magic or whatever. So those are nostalgic. Those are also nostalgic because those belonged to my mom. This is going to get tossed. It's an end for a belt. There is stuff that I will be sorting for hours, actually, separating into beads and into components. This is from a class that I took on, how do you call that? Wow, it's emal or smalt in Czech. I'll see if I remember the word in a bit. This was an experiment on my part to make this mesh with these square components, which you can go through in both directions, and it was really interesting, but I didn't have enough for, you know, a piece that I could use in my jewelry. And you can see the string is almost rotten, so I'll have to take this apart. And this was a thing that was supposed to go onto your ear as a decoration, you know, as an interesting earring, basically. But it never did fit my ear, and it didn't hold on, so I'm not really sure what to do with this. We'll see, we'll see. Another button. There you go, with other buttons. Whew. Oh, these are some really old earrings that someone gave to me. There should be another one somewhere in here. But you can see there are also bolts in here. So this is going to my husband's collection. Oh, part of a frog. Okay. Button again. And it's not broken. Okay, it's going with the buttons. So you can see I will be continuing my quest here to go through all of it. This was part of my favorite necklace when I was like 15 years old. This blue thing, shiny. Oh my god. Okay, there's a lot of the seed beads I can see in there, but also components, bigger beads, and buttons and stuff. Okay, I'll go and sort that. Look, another stone. Treasures. I'll go through that. I have some beads in here. some components in here. And is there something in this bag? Doesn't seem like it. Gonna get tossed. Whew, there's actual garbage in here. Wow, I believe this was my like rubbish bin on the table, probably. Those are interesting. I don't know what to do with these small, you know, buckets, but they're fun. Yeah, there is rubbish around here. This is another small, you know, junk box, but full of beads, so I should be able to sort this into the beads collection. It's possible that I will end up with one big bag of these bigger beads mixed together, and I'll use it later, you know, to rummage through that when I'm looking for something, because this is one of them as well. Another junk box. Oof, junk jar in this case, with seed beads and bigger beads in there. It's like a kaleidoscope. Okay, sorting that. Oh, this was for the bracelet, I believe. This was a mix for the bracelet. So this is going with the seed beads. And these are some pendants and precious stones, probably. Okay. Oh, these are, well, most of a pair of earrings, but there is a stud missing. I'm not sure if I'll be able to fix this. Small plastic box, but these are not really useful for beads. Interesting joke on the lid there about computer viruses. Seed beads, okay. Pendant, wooden one. Oh, it's okay. Used to be an earring, a big one. Okay, all right. I have the other one. So this is a functional pair of earrings, actually. I will ask people if they want that. Wooden pendant. Oh, this thing. This is gonna get tossed. But I have two of them. They could become earrings. I don't think that's a good idea. Oh, what is this? Oh, that's some failed projects, I believe. Yeah, a payout tube, a random earring there. Oh, and these ones. I don't know if I'm able to use these for something. They're shinies, they're nice, but Oh, this is the hairpin that it used to be like this somehow. Yeah, this way, soldered together, you know. That's not gonna work anymore, I believe. Yeah. Toss. A shell. I have a collection of shells. I could put those together. Oh, an interesting bead there. See, it's all junk boxes. Those are meant to go together, but I don't really like the result there. I'll take this apart. Whee. Those are some, you know, I was trying stuff out, but didn't finish the project. This is a ring that got broken. I could still use the flower for something, I believe, or take it apart again. I'm not really sure about these components and they keep escaping me. We'll see. I have several of those. I don't know what they were originally. Oh, this is interesting. And I don't think I have a second one. So, yeah. Beads. Oh, these are seed beads. Okay, I'm gonna separate the seed bead ones. And I'm gonna take those apart. And, yeah. Put them back into the collection. Safety pin, metal parts, and more beads. Whee! So, you can see I have my work cut out for me for several hours here. But yeah, we'll see the other box next time. I'm sorry, there might be washing machine noises in the background, but you can see I have the box here, I have the mess here that I made on my table. I have my work cut out for me for quite a lot of time in my future, so I'll keep busy with this, and I'll make a second part to this video at some other point with the other box. You have seen that I went into it thinking there might not be that much of it in this one, and there was so much. So many individual beads and parts and components and random finds and everything. But you can also see that I'm able to sort the stuff to their appropriate homes, you know, the collections of beads and components and buttons and my sewing kit and everything. So I will continue with this and probably make it more compact in the end, have some sort of, you know, future project small box or bin there, but not this huge box, which honestly could be used for something more useful. And well, I like clear boxes. I like to see what is inside, so this is ideal, and it shouldn't be, you know, sitting stacked away in my storage there and gathering dust, basically. So this is the first junk box, the first apocalypse box, and we'll see the other one in a few weeks probably. So for now, I thank you for watching. I'm so happy you decided to join me for this, to spend the time with me, and thank you so much if you are commenting the video, sharing the video, commenting on the video, clicking the subscribe button, all of that stuff that YouTube loves to promote my videos, actually, because it doesn't. But anyways, for now, have a great time. Enjoy crafting, enjoy creating, and enjoy the colors. Goodbye.